We called the Packers to win and do that whole thing, and they did. A lot of people thought they were going to get killed. That was kind of a setup for them to die. Al Michaels, I think, throughout the game, as I was watching late night, I might have been on a couple of vitamins and a little bit tired, felt like he wanted them to lose, the Packers to lose, and Aaron to do bad there through a little bit. And I love Al Michaels, but I'm just saying, everybody on earth, I think, thought that Packers team was probably going to go out there and lose to San Fran just with the history and everything like that. Instead, they come out of there with a massive win. Mason Crosby hits a game winner. Daniel Carlson hits a game winner. Younghoe Koo hits a game winner. Justin Tucker hits a game winner. I mean, it was a beautiful thing, a beautiful day, and the Toxic Table is here to chat about all of it. At Ty Schmidt, Green Bay Packer owner, you got to feel pretty fucking good. That was a game that was going to be tough. I think you even came to a point of reasoning with yourself where it was like, all right, we might lose this game. We're going to have to stare down that there's a chance we're going to lose this game. And all the way up until about 37 seconds, it felt like everybody on earth thought they were going to lose that game until you saw Aaron Rodgers with some time left, no timeouts, and knowing that you got Mason Crosby, the Gray Ghost, a man who is an OG bomber for the brand, knocking that through. What a night to be a Packer fan.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, and like you said, too, I was nervous just because of the history with LaFleur and Shanahan. Like, I mean...
cold handshake.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, cold handshake.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. But, I mean, like any Packers fan knows, you watch these games, like, you know that's what the offense is going to do. And it was another one where, like, I mean, you know... You don't want to nitpick because that's a huge win, but you're up 17-0, and then you give up that touchdown at the end of the half. They come back out, and boom, all of a sudden, like, we're in a game again when it felt like they could have just kind of ran away with it. But, I mean, so glad that the defense scored there. I really did. I was surprised that they gave Rodgers, 37 seconds, because when I saw it, even with no timeouts, I was like, okay, well, they're going to get a shot here. I didn't know it was going to be a 51-yarder. I thought it might be like a Tucker situation, but that, I mean, you knew that they were going to go down and make it a game.
Shout out to Redheaded Cuzzy in the stands, who, by the way, said he ain't worried about nothing, basically.
Too much time.
Too much time. And he wasn't the only one. I think there was a bunch of people that were feeling that way looking into that. And I think with what you're saying about them being up 17-0, not being able to put their foot down, and I know it has been a problem in the past and everything like that, but also just week 3, right?
Yeah.
Team is still going to have to mature and evolve, and we have to remember that as we talk about every single team, including the New England Patriots. Aaron, though, let's go back to Aaron. You talked about that one throw, and we kind of got off the page there. Him jumping, him celebrating, him enjoying himself. He has to be bathing in everybody's regret for everything they said about him over the last few weeks, huh? Has to be.
Yeah, and I think the good thing that he does, like, he doesn't get too high or too low with any of these things, like the outside influences, anything outside of Lambeau. Yeah, in the game, of course, he's very excited. I thought the coolest part was when they got up there to spike it, and he spikes it, and he is juiced, like fist pump.
Huge fist pump.
I know that was like a natural reaction for him, but I hope Mason saw that. I would imagine that would bring a lot of confidence to the kickers.
Well, yeah, as soon as Aaron goes like that, I thought of Mason jogging on, seeing that, and be like, well, I got to fucking make this. You know what I mean? Like, I got to make this now. But Mason,
is it harder then? Is it more pressure on you if you saw, like, oh, man, this guy definitely thinks I'm draining it. This is tough.
No, I think Mason's a G. Mason's...
I knew he was, Mason, Aaron knows, like, Mason kicks 50-yarders like they look like chip shots to him.
Mason has been doing that whenever he came out of college, Colorado, I believe. I was in college. He was a buff, and, everybody was talking about how big his leg was. And this was when I was in college, and I also had a massive leg. So I was at a point where, like, oh, he's allowed to kick these fucking long ones. I mean, if Rich would send me out, I mean, maybe there's always...
Hey, be honest, though. You thought, oh, he's in Colorado. It's because he's got that thin air out there. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that was going to be my next one. Yeah, this fucking guy. These would be the things that I would say, and I'd never met him before. And then I was on the same field as him, and I was like, oh, this guy can fucking bomb footballs, and he's just been able to make it look so easy for so long. He's always been incredibly cool to me. It sounds like Aaron loves him. It sounds like everybody absolutely loves the guy. I'm very appreciative of everything that Mason Crosby has done for the game, but watching Aaron celebrate that, I mean, I don't know if Mason saw it, but if he misses that, everybody's going to ask Aaron. It seemed like you thought he was going to make that kick. What are your thoughts on Mason Crosby? In that Detroit game when he went 0-4, I think Aaron was like the first guy, 0-4. Aaron was the first guy that went over to him. So that's a great relationship between those two. You need a good kicker if you're going to be a great team.
Yeah, and I don't think you really appreciate great kickers until you lose them, until you've had them for 15 years, and then all of a sudden they move on. And you have to find a way to replace a guy that has been like a franchise staple for 15 or 20 years.
Most recently, Chicago saying, hey, get the fuck out of town, Robbie Gould.
Yeah.
We don't
He's still kicking.
We love you, Robbie.
Yeah, you didn't at the time, though. You forced him out there. Like, allegedly, New England did to Tom. Now a bunch of other quotes are coming out from Tom's. Tom is now saying, and also Adam Vinatieri, but Stephen Gostkowski came in and did great for you guys. You got very lucky. Some places don't.